everyone. Welcome back to Storytime. Tonight, I'm going to read you a funny one about a farting frog. Yep, you heard me right. A frog that farts. Tonight's story is called Farley Farts by Birte Muller. For days, Farley the frog had been having some rather noisy tummy trouble. He had to fart all the time. When he was eating, when he was playing, even when he was sleeping. It was really bothersome. Otherwise, Farley was very content. He loved his life in the small village of Crokeville, and he had lots of friends. His sister Frida thought it was funny when Farley's farts made bubbles in the pond. It was like a jacuzzi. But Mother Frog was worried. "He needs to go to the doctor," she declared. The doctor examined Farley. "Say ah and stick out your tongue," he said. But the only thing that came out of Farley was a very loud fart. The doctor rolled his eyes and sputtered. "Nothing serious," he said, covering his nose. "Just a case of a little gas. It will pass." Unfortunately, it kept passing. Everywhere Farley went, farts followed him. When he was getting dressed, when he was washing up, in school, not 1 hour of the day passed without Farley farting. "What is 2 plus 2? asked the teacher. Went Farley loudly. All his classmates giggled. Farley turned very pale. He was so embarrassed. The teacher turned pale too, because he was so angry. "How rude," he scolded. "You have to stop right now. I'm going to have to talk to your parents." Farley tried, but he couldn't stop farting. His parents felt sorry for him. "Really, Farley?" said his mother, just as Farley made a loud right under Grandma's nose. "Why don't you go to bed now and see if you can stop?" Farley went to his room and tried as hard as he could to stop. But the longer he went without farting, the more his tummy hurt. It began to swell, and soon his pajamas didn't fit him anymore. The next morning, Farley felt very odd. He wasn't hungry or thirsty. His stomach had grown so big that he could barely fit through the door. Outside, a tiny breeze lifted Farley like a hot air balloon. There was nothing he could do. He sailed off into the sky. "Farley, come back!" shouted Frida. But Farley drifted higher and higher. high. The world below looked so beautiful. The houses, the fields, the hills on the horizon. Farley was enjoying himself. But down below, his mother was crying, and his father was calling to him, "Farley, please come back, please." "I can't," said Farley, and drifted even higher. Then, Father Frog had a brilliant idea. "Fart, Farley, just as loud as you can." But Farley couldn't hear him. "What, Dad?" everyone shouted. So Farley farted. One giant... And then Farley flipped and fluttered and floated gently all the way down to the ground. Farley lay flat on his back, looking like an empty balloon. Mother, Father, and Frida rushed over. Croaking happily, they hugged Farley. That night, everyone ate Mother's specialty, bean soup. Later, the family snuggled together on the sofa. Father Frog stroked Farley's belly gently. Suddenly, someone farted! But this time, it wasn't Farley. I never thought I'd be reading a book like this. But, hey, I'm here to entertain you. Good night, everyone.